What's going on, everybody? It's your channel host, Dr. Splash, the king and resident of Yancy Street. Subscribe to join the Yancy Street gang and check out my Discord community. With that being said, real simple intro moving forward. Let's get into it. I'm going to start doing Marvel Rivals content on top of my usual comic book coverage in the battles. By the way, changing how I address battles too. I'm going to announce them more with more hype moving forward. But regardless, been playing the hell out of Marvel Rivals. My lawyer GB is like in the top 0.5% in the world. So it's huge in my server right now. And it's huge around the world. It's the biggest game going popping right now. And they just announced the new season with the addition of the Fantastic Four. Now, I'm going to explain today my favorite character from the Fantastic Four. I'm going to explain the GOAT, Ben Grimm. I'm going to go through his lore, why it's amazing they added him to the game, and for kind of fun, like just why I think it's incredible for the game and what you should know about him to help you enjoy his gameplay more in case you're someone that plays the game but hasn't necessarily looked into the comics. So let's get into it. First of all, if you get your info from the movies, that sucks. Like Ben Grimm information coming from the movies, that's dead. The movies, fuck that. But Ben is someone who grew up on the most formidable street in all of Marvel's New York, which is Yancy Street. I actually did a documentary on Ben Grimm called Yancy Street Broke My Heart. Definitely go check it out because, in my opinion, it's worth the watch if you want to just know a detailed history of who he is as a character. But to keep it brief, he's someone who grew up on Yancy Street, grew up around violence, poverty, in gang life. His older brother was actually the leader of the Yancy Street gang, was killed by the leader of the Thompson Street gang. Ben, seeing his brother fall in this fight, cursed God and took up arms as a Yancy Street gang member, and in all honesty, would have either killed someone or lost his life if he wasn't forced to turn around by outside family members who he went on to go and live with. Now, Ben would grow up to be a football star. He would eventually, famously meet Reed Richards, but for the most part, known for being a football star, and even retroactively, they showed later, amazing service with the Howling Commandos. Even Nick Fury respected his service. They served together. But then we saw Ben eventually align with the likes of Reed. And at one point, Reed, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, they go to space. They get hit by the unknown, unparalleled cosmic rays. These cosmic rays affected everybody differently, but for Ben Grimm, the tough guy from Yancy Street, he was imbued with rock-like cosmic skin and nearly unrivaled cosmic strength due to the impact of these rays. This birthed the Thing. The Thing, if you guys did not know, is my favorite character of all time. I actually feel he suffers due to the Fantastic Four, and this might be a video in itself entirely. I actually feel the Fantastic Four storytelling sometimes can really hold back how grand of a character Ben Grimm really is. He's absolutely hilarious. The place he comes from, like Yancy Street itself, is so scary that Stan Lee, during his anniversary run, where he actually projected himself down into the Marvel Universe to celebrate his creations, was terrified when he landed on Yancy Street. Okay, this is not the place to fuck with. And that's what really gave Ben his backbone, as well as his ability to just stand up to whatever he runs into, right? That's the motto with Ben. You don't run from shit. It's clobbering time. And Ben embodies that shit. Whether he's beating the shit out of the Destroyer armor, whether he's pulling up on Hulk at any given moment. This is it's not like Wolverine, right? Wolverine shows up and gets his ass beat. Wolverine's beef with Hulk is very one-sided. But Thing versus Hulk, they legitimately go back and forth. He even KO'd Titan Hulk in the clutch. The champion of the freaking universe ran into Benjamin Grimm, squabbled with him, and even though he was beating his ass, he was like, Ben, you are the realest person I've ever met. Matter of fact, you are the greatest representation of what everybody on Earth should be. Let me tell you how iconic Ben is. Let me tell you how real Benjamin Grimm is, okay? When he died, so there's the story Cosmic Ghost Rider. And this involves Frank Castle becoming the Cosmic Ghost Rider, essentially getting Deadpool like narrative hacks, but it got insane to the point that he was literally retconning moments in Marvel Comics as well as seeing new timelines. And there was a timeline, there was a future where Ben Grimm fell in battle defending his friends. Ben meant so much. Ben was so much the heart of everybody around him that the Fantastic Four invaded heaven and heaven shook as they tried to get their friend back. Keep in mind, Reed Richards is softer than Charmin. Johnny Storm, jobs to everybody. Sue Storm, not gonna lie, Sue's not that bad. She just never gets shine. But they made heaven shake for their boy. Like, that's how real Ben Grimm is. That's who Ben is to everybody. Dr. Doom even respects Ben. And if the universe is on the line, he knows, hey, if I gotta lace it up with anybody, it's probably gonna be with Ben Grimm. I might hate him, but I know he's not gonna stop until he's literally dead. And that's what makes him the GOAT. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Ben Grimm. I think he's an amazing addition to Marvel Rivals. If we're talking gameplay, using him as a tank, I'll promise. Okay, first of all, spoiler alert, I will be maining the shit out of him. I'm going to record my gameplay with Ben Grimm. I will be on a mission to be the best Ben Grimm player to ever live, because that's my calling in this life. Okay, so let me know if y'all want to see that gameplay, like my journey to becoming the best Ben Grimm. But he's going to be amazing. He's one of the greatest characters you could read in comic books, and he's someone I wanted to start my Marvel Rivals lore and history and character breakdowns on as we get into the series of Marvel Rivals. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something if you didn't know that much about Ben Grimm. He's amazing, he's wildly powerful, and he's a great addition to the Marvel Rivals roster. But anyways, it's been your host, Dr. Splash, and remember, it's Yancy Street, bitches.